You are listening to New Zion Radio, experiencing the breeze of Zion. You are listening to New Zion Radio, experiencing the breeze of Zion.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining us live on New Zion Radio. My name is Anthony Ransford Arthur. And today we're going to be talking about a lot of issues that is going on in the country. So stay tuned with us as we bring you the hot story. Hope you remember that there was a 3-day demonstration titled Occupy Julo House. That is Occupy Julo Billy House. We have all the videos live here and we're gonna discuss about it. Once again, the name is Anthony Ransford Arthur, and thank you for joining us live.
You are listening to New Zion, experiencing the peace of God. You are listening to New Zion, experiencing the peace of God.
So, right on it. Sometimes I used to say that our economy is very, very bad, and there's a lot of things that our leaders have to do, but they are not going to do it. They are actually thinking about their pockets. This country is turning upside down, and truth be told, if you're not careful, or if you are not very careful about what is happening, something very bad is going to happen. We are all not safe in this country. We are not safe. In Ghana, it's not a country that we used to know at first. In the time of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, ex-President Kufu, ex-President Rollins, ex-President John Mahama, ex-President Atamil. All these great leaders did something to benefit the nation. What has this government done to help us? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what are we trying to say here? Or what are we trying to do? We have to let our voices be heard on the street. Because the begging is too much. The country is in debt. We are not employed. A lot of youth out there looking for a job to do, and they are not getting it. One man sits there and squander all the money in his pocket. I support this demonstration. Let me take you right to the street and let us see what was happening, or what happened in the past few days. Once again, my name is Anthony Ransford Arthur, and you are tuning live on New Zion Radio.
So the protest started with these protesters singing and chanting the national anthem, walking down towards the Jubilee House. But they were pushed by the police officers who were here. They moved all the way to the roundabout, which is just a distance away from this place. Stood there for some minutes, about 30 minutes, where they were addressed by the community mobilizer for Fix the Country, Oliver Barker-Vormawor. They stood there for some time, and things got out of hand, and now they are chanting, singing the national anthem, saying that they're going to move to the Jubilee House right about now. In the last 10 minutes, the police crowd control vehicle had reason to move all the way to this point. Let me speak to some of the protesters. Let's hear from them. Why? Hi, what's your name?
Princess Fathia Nkrumah.
Princess?
Fathia Nkrumah.
Oh, okay, that rings a bell. Related to Nkrumah in any way?
Yes, he's my grandfather.
Nkrumah is your grandfather? Okay. Tell me, why are you taking part in this protest?
Well, I'm taking part in the protest because the cost of living crisis in this country has reached a point where the minimum wage is less than a loaf of bread. And if that's not enough reason to be out here in the streets, then I don't know what is. I've personally lost women who are incredibly close to me and instrumental in my birth and in my raising because of the poor resources healthcare system has. If things don't change, it's going to make living in this country impossible. In fact, living in this country for many people is impossible.
Well, so you can see the musician Kwal Kessie. Let's speak to him and find out from him why he's taking part in this program. Welcome to join us.
We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved. And make it a motherland. Say arise.
That was the situation earlier in the day. So now let's go live to my colleague Maxwell Agbagba, who is on the grounds to give us live.
Blocked with the protesters taking the middle part of this road, preventing cars from moving. In fact, some hours ago, about 3 hours ago, a vehicle full of personnel from the Ghana Prison Service was also blocked here. The personnel were not allowed to move. They were forced to use an alternative route. But in the last 5 minutes, we've had musician Stoneboy. He's been addressing the crowd here, singing Arise Ghana Youth. He finished some minutes ago. Let's get closer and see if we'll get a chance to talk to him. Well, he's still here. He just finished addressing the crowd. The crowd keeps swelling here. Let's talk to musician Stoneboy. Hello, welcome. You're live on Joy News, Stoneboy. You've been addressing the crowd. You also engaged the police earlier. What discussions did you hold with the police?
I was actually thanking them for their service as police people, because ask yourself what is compelling them to stand over there the whole day. It is for security, for the security of the people and for the security of the nation. They are working under power. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you that a lot of them over there support what we do because they know that we're not doing this, or the protest is not a lawless protest. It is not illegal. It is within our constitutional rights to express our grievances. In fact, this is one of the ways government understands the language. You know, it is one of the legal ways that government will understand the plight and the plea of the people. So guess what? It's been going on for 3 days. The first day was unfortunate. A lot of people were arrested, and that was what blew the whole thing out of proportion and went into the news. When I came, I was actually admiring their works, and I was actually also telling my people that it is not a soft way to freedom. It is never an easy way to freedom. You know, to speak to power, you have to face it. And I think that is the downside of it. I don't want them to see that as me. I believe that that is the sacrifice that we all have to go through. Even if now the police raids on us and begins to lash out, of course we're going to run for our lives, first and foremost, but that is a sacrifice that we have to know, that nothing comes on a silver platter for you to actually speak out. The Kwame Nkrumah sacrifice for us, the Yasantua sacrifice for us, the many General Atipos and the rest that we read about in our history books, the sacrifice for us. The least some of us can do is to continue to add our voices, our presence, our resources, if maybe to be able to add to the voices that will scream aloud for the people in power to know that we deserve better things to be done for us. My first call is, look at the healthcare situation. Look at the flood that is happening, the drainage systems. In as much as the populace has a role to play, the government has the power to force and instill the people, you know, to obey and align into some developmental plans, you know. So when I see people being evacuated and compensated for roads to be built properly and for them to move out of waterways, I support these things. It's up to the citizens to also know that that is for the betterment. That on the side, the motorway with the tolls that have been taken from years. I lost my knee to the accident on a motorway.
Yeah, and you listed that as one of the reasons why you decided to join this protest.
It's a major reason that I can never forget. I walk with a titanium knee replacement in my leg. How can I ever forget that happened to me? And even up to today, people still die off of the motorway, tires are blasting and all of that. Have we not raised enough revenue to be able to fix the motorway that Kwame Nkrumah built from yesteryears? And I'm not standing here in the name of MPP, NDC, or CPP, or KKP. I stand here in the name of Ghanaians as I am. That's my brother. I'm one of them. The president is a Ghanaian. The police force are Ghanaians. The military are Ghanaians. So guess what? It gives me a lot of joy. In the beginning, I was a little bit just skeptical, but I had to stand because I always do to make sure that I come in, because I don't really care about whoever wants to politicize my indulgence, because that is not the reason.
And that's the fear for many of your colleagues.
That's the fear of many of my colleagues out there, because they might want to, but then it can be politicized easily and they're going to be targeted and a lot. But I'm happy that this is not a lawless or a chaos or a harmful protest, and that so long as it is within our constitutional rights, why not? I am here, and I know this is going to go a long way to actually make some of my colleagues be very brave enough now to step in the front line.
Okay.
So I just want to say big respect to the IGP himself. He's one of the persons I've really admired and I've seen as a father. In his tenure, he has done great things, I'm not going to lie. Especially if he has not done nothing at all. Look at how beautiful he has transformed the police headquarters. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So Ghana can only be better for all of us when we all get involved. Okay. Of course, listen, it's not all Ghanaians that can be here. But we that are here are representing on behalf of the rest of them. That's all I have to say.
Finally, before you go, the people gathered here say they are protesting against mismanagement of the economy.
Of course.
They say unemployment has forced a lot of young people to flee this country, and then corruption. I want to find out from you, are these views you also share? Are these assertions you also share?
Are these assertions you also share? Are these assertions you share?
Well, I've had a lot of these questions deflected back to me, but I say, as media people,
are these suggestions that you also share? Yes, I do share.
Okay.
Level of unemployment is high. Healthcare situation, road infrastructure. We know now. Why are you running away? If we don't admit and we don't beg and do things like this, we're going to be in our homes and crying and crying and crying. And this one here is not a political situation. Okay. I know members in power who are also saying that no, something should be done right. We see and we hear. We see and we hear, especially, I don't want to mention names, but we hear people in political power places who would actually criticize some of the decisions that government is making. Come on, man.
Okay. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Great.
But I would have been happy if you answered my question.
I'll send it to your DMs. So you just heard from...
respect.
All right, great. You just heard from musicians.
Yes, and I beg.
Okay.
I beg one more. I do not wish anybody to edit and quote and put my mouth where my mouth did not go. I'm here in the name of Ghana. Whether it is fix the country, fix the Jubilee House, or occupy the Julobi House, however, whatever hashtag you use, first and foremost, Ghana comes first. And I think that in any and every capacity, I have the rights to be here and add my voice as an astute musician who has sung all these things in my music, from Rango to African System to Buffalo Soldier to Greedy Men. And I've used my resources to actually elevate and support community by virtue of the Livingston Foundation. I have every single right to continue to add my presence to whatever our citizens
Rango
sing.
is one of the songs the protesters have been singing. I don't know if you still have the energy to give us something.
Yes. Tell me where we gonna Rango after making our motherland a better place to live. Simple life is all we want to live.
Okay. So you just heard from musician Stone Boy. Quite a number of musicians and people who build a lot of influence are here. Earlier, we spoke to Kwakese. Kwakese is also a musician. Manifest is also here. Papi Kojo is also here. A lot of entertainers are here. That is because after the first day of the protest, when there were some alleged brutalities, some of these musicians were called out by their own colleagues to speak up about what is happening and about what they describe as mismanagement of the economy and the governance issues that they've raised. Let's get inside and see what exactly is happening. But like I mentioned earlier, this is the K.A. Buzia roundabout. Because it's dark, you may not see the empty streets, the empty road that is here. Empty in terms of vehicles. No car is able to move you on a regular day. On a regular day, you can't stand here in the middle of the road to engage in a protest, but that is what is happening today. All the entry and exit points on the Gifford Road, the Olusegun Obasanjo Highway, the Liberation Road have all been taken over by these protesters. Now, if I take you to about 500 meters away from here where we are standing, police officers have mounted barricades. There, more than 100 police officers are stationed. They're making sure that these protesters do not get access to the Jubilee House, where they actually want to be. Well, you can hear.
Get ready, we are moving to the Jubilee House. We are moving, get ready, everybody. Get ready, we are moving to the Jubilee House. We are moving, everybody.
Wise is a media liaison officer for Fix the Country. Wise, would you want to talk to us? Can we talk to you?
We are moving to the Jubilee House. We are moving.
Where exactly are you moving to? Wise, we're live on Joy News. Where exactly
we are moving to the Jubilee House.
The police has been trying, to keep you at bay, and I think they've succeeded in doing that, and that's why you've taken over this intersection. You've been here since morning, and I understand there's a lot of gridlock in town because this is the main road that leads to the central business district, to the other parts of the country as well, and it has been taken over by the protesters. What time is this ending? Do you have any idea?
We didn't take up the road. It is the police that blocked the road. Our main agenda is to move to the Jubilee House. We are citizens of the state. We want to move to the Jubilee House, but the police says we can't move. We don't know what they are protecting at the Jubilee House. So we are here. Now we are ready to move to the Jubilee House. So that is the announcement you just heard. So from here, we are making our move to the Jubilee House. Nobody can stop us.
Okay, so we just heard from Wise. He's a liaison officer for Fix the Country, and he's shouting in that megaphone, alerting the protesters that they are moving towards the Jubilee House. You'd have seen very empty and deserted streets, like what it was, like what we witnessed during the day. That is still the case today. From afar, you can see some vehicles parked there. The vehicles are parked there because the owners, did not get a chance to move their vehicles. And so they had no choice but to park their vehicles and then use other means of transportation to get to their various destinations.
What's you want here? Do one quick, make my people. Sammy, relax for me at the car. Do one quick, my people.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk to Mauli Gavo. Mauli, tell us why you're here today.
Why am I here today?
Yeah, it's just a question we're asking you. Why are you here today? We know why you're here today, but of course, what inspired you to come here? People have different stories they are sharing.
I've been blessed. I'm fortunate. So, in as much as it has affected me, I don't think it's affected me as much as it's affected like everybody around me. But if we only think of ourselves, then there's no point. So I think we're all just here in solidarity with everybody who this whole thing. The country is tough for everybody, no matter where you are, no matter your station in life. So if we're going to sit in our houses and tweet from our keyboards, go work. So I just came to support and to do what I can in person.
Okay, so this is taking it off from social media and bringing it onto the street.
Yes, there's only so much we can do on social media. So at least let me also come and walk around. Let me come and see what's going on. Let people know that we all came to support. They're gonna be we all on our own. You understand?
Yeah. Some of the people I've been speaking to have been sharing their own personal stories about how times have become harder for them now, about how they're unable to pay fees, about how they are able to afford the regular things that you used to, buy. A vehicle, a man who imports vehicles, a car dealer told me that import duties and all of that. What stories have you also been hearing from people close to you, friends and family members?
Unfortunately for me, I live in and out of the country, so I'm affected by the dollar exchange rate. So now a plane ticket, which used to be next to nothing, can cost me tens of thousands of cedis. So like I said, it's affecting everybody in different ways. However it will touch you, we all day here, but I think we all want a better Ghana for everybody. So we all day here together, and let's see how it goes.
Okay, sure. Thanks for speaking.
I day with you, my brother.
Great. Hi. So just heard from Mauli Gavo. He's an actor. So you can see as the announcement is going on. Okay. As the announcement is going on, you see more people moving towards the Jubilee House now. The announcement was made in the megaphone. It was announced on the megaphone. Now the crowd is moving towards the Jubilee House. This is what it has been like throughout the day. I have media personality AJ Sapon also here. AJ Sapon, you're here taking part in the protest. Not many media people I've seen here today.
True, but I think all in all, it affects every one of us. When the country is good, it's good for all of us. When the country is bad, it's bad for all of us. And all media people have to acknowledge the fact that we have some privilege. We're able to get more access to things than others. We're able to get more recognition than others. So you use your privilege for the best thing you can. And then it's right to be here to at least give some moral support to obviously a movement that is growing and is worth it.
What do you think is preventing your colleague, my colleague media people, your colleague media people from taking part in something like this?
Well, one thing I don't like to do...
Do you think that the issues have been exaggerated?
Oh, no, not at all. Okay. Charlie, I went from buying petrol at 200 Ghana cedis 3 years ago to buying it at 800 Ghana cedis to fill my tank. It affects everyone. The system will catch you regardless. No matter how nice a car you have, you will still be on a bad road. No matter how... No matter how... If you get into an accident, it's only one... Well, like Kolebu is the place that they will take you to. If you need the right care, we have limited resources. It's the truth. It's the reality that faces all of us. If it doesn't catch you, it will catch someone that you know. So if it's better for me, it's better for my family, it's better for my fans, it's better for everybody. Okay. So, but one thing I don't like to do is police how people also support. Okay. I may be willing to put myself out there and come here. Someone may not. But that doesn't mean that they don't support the movement. So I think we should be a bit more, not forgiving or understanding, but more accepting of those that are not necessarily going to join us immediately. Perhaps as the movement grows, more people will be willing to come on the street. Others are tweeting from home. Others are putting facts out. Some are supporting with money. Some are supporting with resources. I came here to bring food, and I ended up staying here. So how everyone supports is very different. But so long as everyone supports, that's what that matters.
Okay. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
And stay safe.
You too.
Yeah. You just heard from media personality AJ Sapon. Now the crowd is moving from the K.A. Buzia intersection towards the Jubilee House. They say that is the goal. Since the demonstrations, the protest started, they said that is the goal, that is where they want to go. And they came to occupy the Buzia roundabout, formerly the 37, formerly the 37 roundabout. Now you can see all of them are moving towards the Jubilee House now. We don't know what is going to happen because the crowd has been very unpredictable, but there are different layers of security towards where they are heading to right now. And we want to walk there quickly and see how things are going to pan out there. You can see police officers, they've been stationed here since morning. In fact, yesterday, throughout the rain, throughout the hot sun, they were here. Let's get closer. But you can hear from that megaphone shouting power to the people. We are moving.
We are moving. We are moving.
But what is ahead of us? What is ahead of us? More than 100 police officers in riot control gear. They are there with water cannons. 2 water cannons we've seen.
If you are here for the demonstration, we want the gallant women to move to the front for God and country. For God and country. If you are here for the demonstration, we want all the gallant women to move to the front for God.
Yeah, 2 water cannons we saw earlier in the day, but they were not discharged or released by the Ghana Police Service. And I think we must commend the Ghana Police Service. We've not seen any confrontation between police and protesters here. There were a few times when the situation escalated, but the police did well to de-escalate the situation. At a point, I saw senior, very top senior police officers negotiating with the leaders of the demonstration. One of the one of the things that they had wanted to do, the protesters actually said they wanted to get about 100 meters close to the Jubilee House. But the police personnel here on the ground said, no, that is not possible. That's a high security area. We can't let you get close 100 meters. So yeah, they didn't succeed with that. Let's get close. I think we're getting closer now. Let's see what's ahead of us. Ahead of me, I can hear people singing, "Arise Ghana Youth." Let me speak to a man who says he's a citizen, not a spectator. He's also a lawyer, right?
Yep.
What's your name, sir?
Safo Kwame Oheneba.
Safo Kwame Oheneba.
Yeah,
you're a lawyer.
Yes, I am.
And you are here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wish I could have been here previously.
Yeah. I mean, I keep asking people, why are you here? Basically to hear what motivated them to come. Different stories inspired different people to come here and stay here throughout the day in the rain, in the hot sun. So what brought you here?
I've been here since 9 in the morning. It's 7:30. Why am I here? I mean, I think for the first time ever, there is a protest like this, which is very apolitical. Apolitical in the sense that when you go on social media, there's a bunch of people who can't even agree on basic things. But when it comes to the interest of the country, this is something everyone wants. And I think it's something in the right direction. Also, to whom much is given, much is expected. A lot has been given to this government. I mean, even people who are under 18 are paying e-levy when they make mobile money transactions. So the little bit we can ask for is accountability. That is all we ask for. We wanted to picket close to the Jubilee House. They are not going to allow us. But hey, people have been here since morning because the interest of the country is on the heart of so many people. So if Maxwell, you ask me why I'm here, that's the reason why I've been here since morning.
But what do you make of the current state of affairs, though?
No, it's in shambles. To be very honest, it's in shambles. I mean, if you want me to look, I would sound like a political spectator or something like that, but it's in shambles. From bonds, people save their money, they don't get returned on. In the age of 2023, a place like Kolebu or 37 is seen as a death sentence. I mean, that shouldn't be the case. The Temamoto is still not fixed. There are so many issues. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. And that's why I said, to whom much is given, much is expected. Much has been given to this government. The youth, we've metamorphosed or we've moved from that moment where the youth were just a bunch of people who sit on social media and don't care. But currently the youth are politically conscious and we are here to let our voice be heard. So Maxwell, thank you very much.
Safo, be here for me.
Okay.
Be here for me. Let's get closer. Let's see what is happening. Let's try.
I beg you, make nobody fly anything to the police. Please, please, we are not violent protesters. Make nobody fly anything. Make nobody fly anything. We know something right now. We know they like that. No.
Okay, so some people are throwing sachet water from the back, but the leaders of the protest are advising them not to do so. Now, earlier when I spoke to the protesters, their fear was that because it is dark, agent provocateurs could be used to incite the police to do something that they don't want to do. So the leaders of the demonstration have been saying that they don't want the protesters to throw anything at the police. They don't want this to degenerate into something they don't want. They said since morning the protest has been very peaceful, and of course you can see the water cannons there. 2 of them still packed there. Hundreds of police officers, all of them in route control gear, also in their helmets, with their shields, Now you can also see metallic barricades.
We have nothing to lose. No jobs, no children, no property, nothing. We have nothing to lose. If we decide to go, we will go, and our voices will be heard. Chabai!
Hello. Can I talk to you? The organizers of the protest tell me that they don't want any confrontation with the police because they feel
we do not intend to have any confrontation with the police. We are sick and tired and fed up of all that is happening in the country. All we are asking for is for our voice to be heard. We are the new generation and we intend to do things differently. As I say, we are the new generation and we intend to do things differently. We intend to do things differently. We do not intend to behave like people who have come before us. And so we do not intend to have any confrontation whatsoever.
If we were in a serious country, the president should be resigning. He should come here and read his resignation speech before us. That before he became president, he thought he could do it. But the realities of the office are beyond his competencies. So I'm resigning. That is what he should be doing. But he's sitting there doing nothing. The youth of this country are tired. We are tired.
So you want to go to the Jubilee House?
We want to go to the Jubilee House and present our petition.
Why shouldn't you go to the Jubilee House?
And present our petition.
Wait, hold on.
Why shouldn't you go to the Jubilee House?
What's your name?
We are Ghanaians. And for that matter,
what's your name? What do you do?
My name is General Olabode Williams. I am the former constituency chairman of Ayawaso East, Nima. Why shouldn't you go to Jubilee House? Why shouldn't you go there? Who is Nanado? Who is he? Who voted for him to become the president? He's an arrogant president. And for that matter, he should not bring to Ghanaians. We are going to go there.
In any case, this is not the first interview.
We are going there. We are going there, my brother.
Okay. Well, so you can see community mobilizer Oliver Baka-Vomawa now trying to speak to the protesters. Oliver Baka-Vomawa is urging them to calm down. Hey! Let's hear what Oliver Baka-Vomawa is going to tell the crowd.
All we are saying is give us our rights. Everybody, all we are saying is give us our rights. Everybody, all we are saying is give us our rights. Job way! Job way! We are going, heaven knows where we are going. We know we will get there. Heaven knows where we will get there. We know we will get there. Every heart we know. And the road will be muddy, but we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. Job way! Job way! We are sending a message to those in power. Today, we have come to tell them that we are tired. Enough is enough. We are dying. We are tired. We are poor. They are continuously borrowing money. People are dying because they don't have hospitals to go to. People are studying under trees. We want, we are, whenever the rain falls, we drown and die. We need to let them know that we are tired.
They should let the poor breathe.
The poor people in this country
The poor
should
must
breathe. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going. We know we will. We will get there. We know we will. It will be long, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough. Yeah, yeah, and they know how we will get there. We know we will. Boy! Are you going through what I'm going through? Are you suffering in this country? We will tell them. They will hear us. We are tired. We are what? 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 Tired. What are we? We are tired. We are tired. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. All right, Ghana, youth for your country. The nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold us and make them great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building a man. Arise, Ghana, youth, for your country. The nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold and make them great and strong. We are all
Well, so at this point, the protesters say they want to get to the Jubilee House. They're saying that is why they want to go to.
So we there here. You said what? The police don't want us to deliver our message to the president. So we want to use this platform to deliver our message to the police. Make them submit them to the president.
So let's show you a bit of the heavy security here. Let's show you the heavy security presence here. If you just joined,
they died. Kidney failure every single day. They die. But what do you know? You let them use you. You let the government use you as a tool when you cannot even afford basic health care. You cannot afford it. If something happens to you today, you will get nothing from the government. You will get a sorry gift, a little amount to your family, and you'll be gone. You'll be gone. But you brutalize us. You arrest us. You treat us as a sworn enemies. Meanwhile, we are not after you. It is for you. You tried. And the terrorists. God will judge you. God will judge you. You will answer to God. You see people die every day. You will answer to God. When you take your parents to Kolebu and they can't get dialysis, you will answer to God. God will judge you. God will judge you. And judge your honor from above. And judge your fucking honor from above. God will judge you. You will live in the proud condition. Your pay is not enough. You cannot afford education. The scholarship is not for you. Your children are at home because of it. You cannot afford it. I swear, God will judge you for your taxes. God will judge you for being used as a tool. God will judge you. Judge you. Each and every one of you that treats us as the enemy. God will judge you. God will judge you. And if the country is God, you will suffer the most. Police suffer the most. You die every single day. You die every single day in robbery. What do you get from it? You will die poor. This country, the way it is, you will die poor. Your boss will be loose. You will be sorry. You will be sorry. You will be sorry.
They pay you money and you think you are all right.
He died this morning.
You think you are all right.
It's what I said. Nobody. We teacher can afford 400 cities dialysis. We teacher. And he died. He died. 24-year-old. He died. Not because of sickness. The country failed them. You, I swear, God will judge you. What you did on Thursday. God will
My lady, calm down. Wait, calm down. My lady, calm down. I want to hear a story. Calm down. What's your name?
Nasiba.
I can see. Calm down. You calm down first. Let's start. Calm down, baby. Calm down. You're very angry.
I'm very angry.
What's your story?
I am very angry. I'm more angrier this morning. People are dying each day. The dialysis machine in Kolebu Gospel. Do you know the number of people who died? A 24-year-old boy died this morning. His father is a teacher. Gave over 30 years of his life to the service. Could not afford transplants. Could not afford dialysis. 400 cities a week. What do you mean? Do you know how much taxes they check out every day? The cost of living. But you bring in flowers for your daughter's birthday. You bring a cake to celebrate 11. God will judge the government. God will judge Akufo-Addo. It will hurt him. It will be excruciating. It will be in pain. Somebody who built his career on protest. He built his career on protest. God will judge him. God will judge him. He will meet his death. He will meet his death. Making people suffer. Look at the Ghanaian youth. Look at every one of them using the police as a tool. Others arrested on Thursday, treated, beaten, and lied about it. Beat us, lied about it. Said they didn't beat anybody. What is wrong with protest? This country's independence was founded on protest. It was founded on protest. But I guess he doesn't know that because he thinks government owes him. Ghana owes him something. His birthright. You worked so hard to become the worst president ever. God will judge him.
He's the worst.
God will judge him.
Calm down. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Like a fowl.
Hey, no.
People are dying.
No. Be that cross.
Allow me to talk.
No.
He's killing people.
Tone down.
He's killing people.
No, tone down.
He's killing people.
No, tone down.
He's killing people.
Tone down.
I am telling you.
No.
I am telling you.
No, some of the.
I am saying it.
No.
Do you know how many people are dying in this country and under his regime?
Yeah, but you can.
Do you know?
It's not easy.
At the age of 80 years, people are dying. You are killing people. Punishing innocent people. He doesn't sympathize. Akufo-Addo at the age of 80 years. Today, Ghanaians are dying under his regime. We are going to demonstrate and you are denying us. God will punish the president. God will punish you.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Well, we've seen a lot of these happening
here.
That's
having it tough here. I can see you're having it tough here.
Well, we've had a lot of these comments. You saw the young lady Nasiba directing her anger to the police. We've seen a lot of these protesters deflecting their anger to the police. Media people, including myself, have not been spared because some of the protesters think that media people are too neutral and have not taken a stance when the situation is clear for all to see. And they're saying that they expect media people to take a stance on the current state of affairs.
The media is
hi, what's your name?
The media is corrupt. Maxwell, you can see that we the protestants have been so civil since morning. I mean, we are so unarmed. We don't have a gun. We don't have anything. Nothing. But this peaceful demonstration.
We saw that. I think we need to move. Yeah. No. Come again. Yeah, I'll talk to you. But I see that vehicle moving forward. Of course, there's a police barricade here. Police officers have also formed human wall here. My fear is if this. We have to stay safe. Cassie, let's stay safe. Let's move backwards. We don't know at this point. We don't know what is going to happen. We'll have to move backwards. we really want to bring this to you live. That okay, so we don't know what. So we've seen some people throwing water bottles at the police at this point, but we have to stay safe. We have to stay safe at this point.
Right on the edge, baby.
But what you can see right now is the streets of the 37 military hospital. Okay, so it looks like there's a stampede going to happen. People, the crowd is now moving backwards. We have to stay safe. People running right now at this point. We can see some of the protesters throwing water bottles at the police at this point. In as much as we want to get close up, but this is the point where we make use of the zoom on our camera. We have to also stay safe to bring you this. Since morning, the protesters have been charging on the police. Let's get closer and see what's going to happen. Let's. Okay, so now there's an announcement. There's an announcement for people to stop throwing water bottles at the police.
Throw no needle, no stone. Just press your way on. Don't throw any bottle. Don't throw anything. Just press your way on. Don't throw any bottle. Don't give them the opportunity to treat you badly. Don't throw any bottle. Don't throw any bottle. Don't throw any sachet. Don't throw anything. Just press on. Don't throw any bottle. Once you do anything, the least chance they would like to capitalize on it. Fight the good fight without any bottle. Use your human force and move through. Don't throw any bottle. Don't fight any policeman. We are fighting for them equally, but it's shameful they are still retaliating. Don't fight anyone. Don't throw any bottle.
Guys, don't throw any bottle. Don't throw any bottle. We have been civil since morning till date. Let's not give them any opportunity. Let's not give them any opportunity. The entire world, the media can see what is happening right now. Don't throw any bottle. Don't throw any sachet water. Don't throw any bottle. It is clear that the guys we have in the Julabi house are guys that feel that they are much more important than this nation. They have no respect for anybody in this nation. It's so clear. Guys, let's not give the police any opportunity. Let's not throw any bottle. Let's all keep it civil. Please, yesterday to date, honestly, these guys have been civil. Let's not throw any bottle. Let's not throw any sachet water. It's a peaceful demonstration. We are not armed. We don't have a gun, we don't have a dagger, we don't have any damn thing on us. So guys, let's not give them the opportunity. Let's not throw any bottle. It's a peaceful demonstration. I mean, it's clear that the guys in the Julabi house do not listen to the people. When they were in opposition, they had access to the Flagstaff house. So I don't get it. I don't know what has changed right now. But let's not give the police any opportunity, because the presidents have actually is using the police as a weapons of mass destruction against the innocent citizens of this nation. So let's not throw any bottle. Let's not throw any bottle.
Let's not throw any bottle. Guys, come back. Come back. We are pushing. We are pushing. Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back.
You guys, we didn't come here to go. We came here with an agenda. Why are you guys leaving? You came here to be here for 8 hours just to go back. We are pushing calmly. Let's go back and push calmly. No aggression, no bottles. You guys came back to go home. Came here just to go back home.
The voice
What's
you're
the
hearing.
point? Adamusro.
The voice you're hearing is that of.
Hello. Everybody, you have to be fearless. You need to be fearless. We are fearless. So you need to be fearless,
the crowd
please.
to
Guys, come back.
Because when the protesters started throwing water bottles at the police, many of them started moving backwards because they feared there could be a stampede.
Don't throw any bottle, don't throw any sachet water.
Because there was a fear that the reaction from the protesters could trigger a reaction from the Ghana Police Service. So many of them started moving away, but now they are returning. If you just join, if you just joined us, you're watching live coverage of what is happening on the streets of the 37 Military Hospital. This is a busy street right in front of the 37 Military Hospital. The various entry points have all been blocked. No vehicle is able to move. The protesters have blocked all the entry and exit points. This is the main road that leads to the Central Business District, to Accra. This is the road that passes right in front of the Jubilee House. Both sides of the road. You know, it's a dual carriageway. Both sides of the road have been blocked by the protesters since morning. Have been blocked by the protesters who are saying they're going to move. They want to move and protest in front of the Jubilee House. They're saying that until they're given the opportunity to do so, this protest is not ending today. Remember, it has been a 3-day protest, started from Thursday, but on Thursday some of the protesters were arrested by the police. It continued on Thursday, it continued on Friday, and today is Saturday. This is the final day. Protesters are saying they have to get to the frontage of the Jubilee House.
No shaking, you guys should come back.
Excuse me, what do you say?
The police since morning have managed to keep the protesters at bay. But now they are about 200 meters away from the Jubilee House. Earlier, my sources within the Ghana Police Service told me that Inspector General of Police himself was here on the ground. There were other top police officers, top police officials also on the ground, making sure that the situation does not escalate.
Come back. Nobody should fear.
In the face of serious provocation, we've seen personnel of the Ghana Police Service maintain a cool posture.
Akokraboni, Usuba Saigana Maesha, Cecilia Dape, Usube Yagana Maesha, Cecilia Dape, Usube Yagana Maesha, Ghana Police, Usube Kuyana, Kundana Naesha,
Ghana police, Usube Kumiana, Maesha. Guys, come back towards the barrier. Come back towards the barrier. It's a peaceful demonstration.
We hope for. We don't want to be where the police have kept us. We want to be able to move towards the Julobi House and be in the forefront as we requested to be. That's what we are waiting to move. So when the police give an indication, so far they have barricaded us and we are stuck in the middle. We don't want to continue to inconvenience Ghanaians who are out there. We want the traffic to flow, for fellow citizens to get about their business. We are pleading with the police to allow the demonstrations to pass through. Blocking here is not safe. We are asking the police again, blocking people here is not safe. We want traffic to flow. That's why we are pleading with the police.
And I've seen you engaging some of the protesters, sometimes telling them that don't resort to violence, let them know we are not carrying arms, raise your hands, and all of that. How important is this in, calming the seeming agitated crowd here today?
One of the things that is important to us is that continuously the idea of violence has been weaponized to deny us the freedom of protest. We want to be able to create a protest culture that shows that protest is safe. Now when people are coming out to voice themselves out, they should be treated and respected in the same way as the right to vote. Now, for that to happen, we must make sure there's no incident that can be capitalized on to create a misdirection or to create an impression that protest is inherently dangerous. That is how we break the culture around people's fear around protest. That's why it is important to continue to re-emphasize that this is a non-violent movement. The non-violence of the civil rights movement, the non-violence of the Gandhi movement that wants significant progress. That is what we are inspired by, and we want to be able to lead by that example.
Finally, before you go, all of this is about raising concerns about mismanagement, of the economy, unemployment that is forcing a lot of young people to flee the country, and what many of the protesters here are saying is high-level corruption. At the end of this third day of protest, so this is what is happening. I've seen. So Oliver back, there's an ambulance. Let's see what is going to happen. Yesterday, when ambulances were moving to the 37 military hospitals, the protesters, although they were angry about the state of affairs, created a path for the ambulance, to move. You may want to call this, it's not a word, but you may want to call it a humanitarian corridor. I'll come to you. Karim, yes, you were making a point about constant advice to the people not to resort to violence. You've been telling them that. I've heard you many times saying that here.
Yes, for me, I think that one of the things the government has been able to use is control over mechanisms of mass production of news and information, is creating the misapprehension and perception that this is some lawless endeavor that we're engaged in. By continuing to emphasize on respect for the rule of law, respect for human lives, as you have seen consistently throughout the protests, whenever there's a human emergency, every ambulance has been allowed through. We do not want to imperil lives. That's not what this is about. This is really about holding our leaders to account. Now we want to leave this intersection. This is not what we came for. We are pleading with the police. We are pleading with the police to allow cool heads to prevail. Yesterday we made appeal to the Inspector General of Police with other police officers. We asked them that they should apologize for the unlawful arrest and the brutalization of our citizens on Thursday, and we'll call off the whole thing. That's the only demand we have made from them for today. Yesterday we repeated it, today we are repeating it. We will call off the protest if the police administration comes out and apologize for the unlawful arrest and the manhandling of our citizens.
Yesterday this went deep into the night, What time are you expecting this to end?
The official notice we gave to the police is that we are ending today at 9 p.m. That's what we intend to hold on.
9 p.m. means we have many hours more to go.
We have many hours to go. We understand that a lot of people are coming. We've been receiving so many calls. There's a lot of traffic in town, which is impeding people from being able to reach here. We are advising people to walk as they can. On the day of independence, people walk from Takoradi all the way to Accra. Walk out, get out of your vehicles, park them and walk. Get out of your church, walk. If you have motorbikes, ride them. You can be able to come through and get here. That's what we're asking people. If you stay in your cars, you'll not be able to get here. So it's important that you get here and join history being made.
Finally, today is the final day. Would you say you've achieved your purpose?
Well, for us,
the intention of this
I don't think we have.
Protest.
I don't think we have.
Really? Because what? The goal is the Jubilee House?
It will be pointed to a mind that constitutional rights must be respected. The police have no basis to stop the advance of the people to present their petitions at the seat of government. That is the essence of democracy. We've not been able to achieve that. And the fact that this is going and people are celebrating the resilience and courage, we should not still forget that by the mere fact of denying people a key constitutional right, we are still violating the people's rights. I am a respecter of rights, I'm a constitutionalist, and I believe in the promises that the Constitution makes to citizens. We have followed the law completely. At no point did anybody say our right to protest was absolute. We notified the police as was required, we engaged them. There's no court order preventing us from being able to take this march. And we are here, again, respecting the constitutional democracy that we have.
Thank you for speaking to us. You had community mobilizer for Fix the Country, Oliver Barker-Vormawor. Now, the protesters have separated into splinter groups now. Abdulkarim Ibrahim is still here with me. He says he's a citizen, not a spectator. Let's see what is happening. But right now, like I mentioned to you earlier, it's a standstill here. On a normal day, you wouldn't find this happening. I don't have an idea. It has never happened before, Abdulkarim Ibrahim, where you have this standstill here on the Olusegun Obasanjo Highway, on the Liberation Road, on the Gifford Road, all the intersection blocked. No car is moving, and you've seen a massive gridlock that has been created. As we move towards the other side, we're talking about social media as a tool for mobilizing, and we've seen the constituency of people who are here, a lot of them young people. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I think for me, it speaks to the way it works, and I'm gradually seeing that even though in many ways one can say it is very classed, you can also gradually see that there's a sense of communal mobilization that you see as a result of how social media works.
Yeah.
I mean, part of its challenge being that, as many say, it is very temperamental, very aggressive, very abrasive in the way that its interactions work and all of that. But that is also how popular mobilization, for instance, is also done effectively with social media. And so there are really no serious gatekeepers when it comes to the social media. Almost everybody has equal access. Of course, I appreciate that the numbers may be different and all of that. But just simply as taking your mobile phone, you can contribute to a conversation like that. And that's what a lot of people are doing in that regard. That's why typically you would not get, if you are dealing, for instance, with Joy FM. All of these people, if they wanted a platform on Joy FM, perhaps have to pay or have to create a certain platform that would enable Joy FM to come and then do that for them. But today...
Joy FM will not let them pay.
No, of course. I mean, there could be some instances when you are doing something and Joy FM doesn't see an interest in that, you have to pay for that. The sort of mobilization that goes on here, that advocacy that goes on here.
Joy FM is always with the people.
No, I appreciate that. But I'm saying that beyond all of that, in many instances, it is very difficult to do things on your own. And that's what the social media platforms allow for people to do. And that's what we are seeing here.
Yeah. Okay. Let me talk to Kwejo Sheldon. Welcome to Joy News. You're live on Joy News. I've been talking about social media as a tool for mobilizing young people. And we've seen a lot of this conversation happen on social media, Twitter. We've seen a lot of X Spaces, Twitter Spaces conversation happening. You're a social media influencer. Tell me, how did social media contribute to what we're seeing here today?
Okay, so if you have been following the conversation now, people have been spearheading the conversation on social platforms. And big ups to all the people that started this thing. It started online as a hashtag, and it has translated into tangibles where people are out on the street, you understand? This is why I am not bothered that the police people have barricaded us over there. They have barricaded us. They can barricade us in real life. They can't barricade us on social media. We will use our social media platform to amplify the conversation. That is what we are doing here. I have millions of followers. There are people out there that do not know this is happening. It is my job as an influencer, as a creator, to highlight on what is happening. This is not about Twitter cookies. This is not about people just walking around. This is about people registering their this government and whether they are going to allow us to go to the Flagstaff House or not. The aim here is to get people to know that this is what is happening in the country, and whether they are going to fix it or not, the ball is in their court. So social media has been pivotal and important to drive this message. When you go on Twitter, various hashtags are trending. For the past 2 days, we've seen the hashtag trend. Occupy Julobi, Julobi House, Ghana is trending, Kwame Nkrumah is trending. Every conversation is being streamlined on social platforms. So yes, big ups to all the people. Even if you are not here and you are using the hashtag, big ups to you.
A lot of people some people I know are not willing to take part in this for the fear of being labeled or tagged. As a social media influencer, are you not scared that you're going to be labeled and tagged after this?
Listen to me. I campaigned for this government. I was the one doing 4 more for Nana. Listen, at some point I campaigned for this government with the hopes that when they come to power, whatever they are preaching, whatever their message, whatever is their campaign message, they will implement it. Today we are here. Have you seen I almost died on the motorway. My rim, my tire actually, I drove into a pit on the motorway. It got my rim cracked. It divided into 2. I had to drive my car into the bush. It was around 6 o'clock p.m. in the evening. This is why I don't even visit my mother in Pram Pram. My mom lives in Pram Pram. So this is not about, bro, see, I don't care if you are going to tag me as pro-NDC, pro-protester or pro-MPP. I don't care. It's not about me. It's about the people, registering their displeasures, you understand? Yeah. There are a lot of bad things happening in the country. There are a lot of graduate unemployment, bro. Finding a job in this country is a job, you understand? You see all these people here, some of them have been in the house for 4 or 5 years, they don't have jobs. What do you want them to do? You think this is about somebody watching my video or somebody giving me validation? I don't care. If you like, unsubscribe to my channel because I'm demonstrating. I am doing what I'm supposed to do. At the end of the day, you would know that you will sit down there and know, because the Sheldon didn't sit down there, you understand? I have done my own. I've done my part. I'm done.
Okay. Thanks for talking to us. Yeah. So you just had Kwadwo Sheldon. Kwadwo has millions of followers on social media. And you heard him. People are here for different reasons. You had a lady patient who said she's here because her mother and father died in the year 2020 because of ineffective healthcare system here in the country, and that's why she was demonstrating. You had Kwadwo Sheldon also saying that he nearly died on the motorway. There's been a lot of campaign on social media for the motorway to be fixed. What's your name?
My name is Chidi Kantamaklo.
Yeah. Okay. Chidi, talk to me.
Well, you see, I just want to ask you to send like a message to our leaders. It's nothing deep. We beg them when they are, administrating the country, when they are running the country, they should try and implement a little bit of common sense. Like we have over 2,000 schools under trees. We have a hospital that was promised to be built two years or how many days ago? You understand? Over 3 years ago. As I am speaking to you right now, we are having people who are around Labadi or around those environs dying because they can't reach a hospital on time. If you go to Kolebu right now, the road on which an ambulance should race across is filled with potholes. I was in Kolebu. Government officials, they come do checkup. They shut the...
You're on TV. Don't use the F word. You're on TV.
After I've stopped myself, you are correcting me. I'm telling you that they shut the road down. Do you understand? Which means that some people are more important than others. Now, if you think that building a hospital is not important, they should check. When our late vice president was dying, and I say it with the utmost respect and thanks for the service of Mr. Arthur. When he was dying, they put him in a pickup. And this is somebody who led the country. Whether his government was good or bad, we don't care. But the fact that a human being should be dying in Ghana, in Accra, after he has served the country, and then when he's going to the hospital, they put him in a pickup. When Rollins died, did he not die in Kolebu? And if you ask the questions about that, they'll tell you. It's not a political thing. When you are doing evil to the country, eventually your family, your sister, your child, if you steal all the money, you will buy burglar proof. If you steal all the money, your children will be homeschooled. Ghana teachers cannot teach them anything. You will not build a decentralized railway network so that when farmers grow stuff in the farm, they can get it to Accra. But you want us to be importing from other countries. I love other countries, but it is not their food I want to eat. It's not their food that will feed the families in the villages. It's not their food that will make a nurse decide that, okay, the railway goes there, so let me go to Banchiase and go and be a nurse in the hospital over there. Nobody wants to go to the village. Why? Because when you go to the village, you will die there. That is why. They should go and live in the village and see if they can survive running the country from there. Thank you very much.
Good. Take some water. Take some water.
Oh, I have water.
Okay.
Okay. Guy, give me
stay hydrated. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Talk my mind.
Okay.
To be very honest, what they are doing to us is not good. We chose an approved route. Allow us to go. Allow us to use the approved route. Why are you stopping us? The police know that whatever they are doing is not right. What are we fighting for? A better Ghana where we have a very good education system, a better Ghana where we have a very good health system, a better Ghana where we have a very good transport system, where everything works perfectly. That's what we are asking for. We have a president who claims, who touts himself as a human rights lawyer. Look at what you are doing to us as a human rights lawyer. You did a demonstration once upon a time ago, and today you are president. Why are you stopping the people from what? Airing their views. They should allow us to go to the Jubilee House. It is you and I, our taxpayers' money, we use in contracting that Jubilee House. We didn't say we are entering.
But you agree with me that there's a security zone, and of course you've witnessed the wave of instability. I mean, cool we've experienced in West Africa in recent times. I'm not saying no. Far from that. I'm not saying that. I'm just using that as a reference point. Nobody's armed here. Nobody's armed here. These are all civilians, and of course, organizers have made it known that they don't advise any. They don't want any security, any person from the security forces, Ghana security forces here. So of course, that is not it. But one of the reasons the police themselves have cited is the instability we've experienced, in West Africa and in Africa. So moving towards that high security area, it's dangerous.
We have not even gotten there. Look at the meters. Look at the meters. Okay, they should just allow us to move. We didn't say we were going to enter into the Jubilee House. Let's just stand there and say whatever I want to say to the.
Okay, so even as the demonstration, the protest is going on, they are collecting the trash on the road. I don't know if they want to talk to me. Oh, they don't want your faces to be okay. So they're collecting the trash. So if any trash is dropped, they'll pick it and put it. Okay, talk to me.
Or whatever.
Okay. No litter behind.
So no litter behind, either paper or the biscuits, wrappers or whatever, bottles. There are people just parking because we want to be law abiding. So Ghanaian youths are law abiding. I don't know why the president thinks we are not, and as such, the IGP had to say we can't get, closer to the, Jubilee House, which today is occupied Julobi House, So, we are peaceful people. It is a peaceful protest, and you yourself, you can see. Our president, Nana Akufo-Dankwa, he himself, he once was a demonstrator, and I, as a person, Anita, I am following in his demo footprints, and that is what
He inspires you a lot.
Oh yeah, he was a demo.
So you're taking inspiration from
him, yeah. So that is why I am actually here today, because we also want to, express our disapproval with him, and also, you see, mental health issues are real. When I say this, people don't understand. You see,
you talk about
Ghanaian youths are stressed. You can see people are here trying to relieve tension. All what they've been going through, they are relieving it. You can see people are, just dancing and talking. You have interviewed a few people. You can see they're expressing their views and all that. We are peaceful, but we have to vent out, because when it is so much, in us, and we don't talk it out, it could explode.
Earlier we spoke, and you were telling me that you are also inspired to take part in this protest because your mother died because she didn't get oxygen.
Oh when it was needed, because the oxygen point was just one in the ward, and there were about maybe 3 or 4 people who needed it at the same time, and that is what happened. But that's what it is. But I think we need more amenities. We need more equipment in our hospitals, because this is what gives us quality healthcare. They are able to access it outside the country. We have nowhere to go. I will end up in Kolebu if I have any disease now. If I'm not able to afford it, what happens? We want most of these cancer diseases to be on the NHIS. Even though if it is the taxpayers' money, people may be paying a little for it, but then let it be covered so that at least when the ordinary Ghanaian is sick, he or she can access quality healthcare. That is what matters to us. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for speaking to us. Anita Samoa is a public health advocate. We'll come back here. We'll come back to the crowd that is singing, chanting protest songs. But we want. we want to show you something. We want to show you what is happening right now. If you're at home and you want to move out and you're watching Joy News, I want to advise you not to step out because you're definitely not going to get to your destination. You know this stretch is a busy road. Like I mentioned earlier, the Liberation Road, the Gifford Road, using this stretch to idle at this point. They were directing traffic previously, but now they are idle because there's no vehicle approaching. Liberation Road completely empty. So just to give you an idea, on a normal day, vehicles will be using the stretch. We'll be using the stretch to the Central Business District and other parts of the capital. I've been on this planet for more than 3 decades. I've been in Ghana for more than 3 decades, and at no point have I seen these streets, this busy road, deserted to the extent that we can stand here and do an interview. It is surprising what is happening. Let me speak to you. Hi, sir, what's your name?
I'm Daniel Duncan Bojona.
Daniel, okay.
Yeah.
What brought you here today?
So, in 2008, when Anado started looking for an opportunity to become president, I was a 17-year-old. From that time to 2016, when he became president, I was a 25-year-old now. He's leaving after 8 years. I'll be 33. And he's now telling us that we should wait for the next leader. Look, we can't continue to run our democracy like this. Democracy should be about accountability to the people that go and vote for these people. You can't come and mess us up and go. The next 8 years, I'll be in my 40s. If somebody comes and messes up, what would I have achieved? I run a business. I've not gotten a loan to run my business before because I can't pay the interest rates on these loans. And you mess up my capital in 2022, then I'm there and you tell me that a minister's maid has stolen over $1 million in her house. How do you expect me to feel?
Well, stolen will be because the matter is still in court. Okay. Yet to be determined look, that it's stolen money.
In 2016, this was a party that we saw people sell scratch cards, 2 CDs, donate to a campaign. And you're coming to tell me that look at the wealth that is being displayed in our faces, and look at the abject poverty. Look at this road. There are not even markings. In the night, you can't even drive well. What kind of rubbish is this? What kind of rubbish is this? Is this how a democracy should be? We should come and vote for you and you make our lives miserable. Yeah. What kind of rubbish is this? Then we come to a protest and you arrest us unlawfully, seize our phones and do all these things. I was part of the people that was arrested here. You seize our phones, you're trying to intimidate people. Are you tired? Who are you? Who does he think he is? We voted for you. You were in PSFM giving examples about the Arab Spring and how it brought about a revolution and all. Then we come and vote for you and you make our life miserable and you don't want us to protest and you arrest us unlawfully and you say you're a human rights lawyer. What do you think you are? Without a vote, you are threatening, gagging, and all these things.
So wait, you're saying that the president has not lived up to his claims of being a human rights defender?
Is this human rights law? Is this how you practice human rights law? You arrest protests. We didn't even protest. We were just standing there. Then they come and pick us up. And the funny thing is that there were people amongst us who came that were not even wearing. So it was just that you have to be wearing black, then you be arrested. This is a democracy.
My colleague Abeku is here. Maybe you want to listen. You want to hear what is being announced. They're speaking into the megaphone. Now, we moved away from the crowd just to give you a sense of how the streets are deserted, cars are unable to move. Okay, there's an announcement. Let's get closer and hear what the announcement is about. Yeah. Okay, let's get closer and hear what the announcement is about. Okay, let's get closer. Okay. Okay. So we want to hear what is happening.
into our hands. But we want the police to know it's leadership and power is on the streets. And we are more than them. We don't need them to protect us. They should maintain law and order. We are here to make a peaceful protest. Our message is one. We just want to get to the Jubilee House. We want to speak to the president. We want to talk to the people who are managing our economy. We want to talk to the people who told us that they are going to move this country. Listen, we are not here for any political party. We are here for the youth of Ghana. Hey! Ghana, our debt stock is around 600 billion cedis. When this government took power in 2017, Ghana's debt stock was 120 billion cedis. Today, Ghana we owe over 600 billion. If you are a youth and you are here, you should know that we must be angry now. We are going to pay. We are going to pay this debt. If we are to say, Mami can the will be answered. I won't see her. Who told you? Who told phone case? May I want come to Baba see my youth now? Is you know? Obeto economy in year. We are here 37 with military hospital now. Who needs car? We are speaking for the youth. The youth has the power. Don't be afraid of the police. The police cannot do anything. Let me tell you. Over 40 policemen have sued the IGP because of their promotion. They are suffering than us. Hey! Police from we are police leaders out in car. Ajia was about to say you will protect the youth. We are willing to fight for Ghana. Protest to be a BBC. Even if we sacrifice our lives for Ghana to be better, we are doing it. Thank you. Please. So simple.
Okay, so now
personnel of the MTTD have had no choice but to redirect traffic to other roads here in Accra. Splinter groups all over. No vehicle is able to move to the central business district of Accra. Now on a regular day, this is the road you're going to use to Medina, Legon and its environs, Ebri and its environs. But no car, no vehicle is able to move now because the protesters have taken over the road. Now on the other side of the road also, no car is able to move. That's the road heading to the central business district and other parts of the capital. No car is able to move. Earlier, I interacted with a lady who is a granddaughter of Kwame Nkrumah. She's still here. Let me speak to her. I've forgotten her name. Fatia, right?
Yes.
Great. Tell me what's your assessment of what is happening right now? No car is able to move. Of course, the protesters are saying that they want to.
I don't really have a comment about that. So no comment.
No comments. You don't want to comment now.
No.
But what do you make of the protest so far? Just the protest.
You know what I make of the protest. I've spoken to you already. My sentiments are the same.
The sentiments are the same.
Yes.
You don't want to make any additional comments.
No, it's just that if you can't be here today, join the fight online. You know, share reasons why you would have been here protesting with us and things that you want changed in the country. That's what this is all about.
There's a saying that emancipation of people through dialogue and a philosophy of non-violence. I think so far we've not seen any confrontation.
We don't want any violence. We have, well, me personally, I can't speak for everybody here, but I have no ill feeling towards the current government. I have a lot of respect for our sitting president. I just want for the actions of this government to be in line with the policies that he has told us he believes in over the years. Yeah, and I just want things to change. But more importantly, I want for there to be a PET scan machine in the country. I've said this before, I've said it again. Yeah. That's the main thing I want personally.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm tired of people dying unnecessary deaths.
Okay. Thank you for talking to us. We had a long conversation earlier.
We did.
Thanks for talking to us
out
again.
there.
Okay, sure. Be safe too. Yeah. So we just heard from Fathia. Fathia is the granddaughter of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. She's also taking part in this protest. A lot more people are here. Let me speak to Abdul Karim Ibrahim. He says, let me speak to Dr. Kwabena Opoku-Agyeman.
Good evening.
Doc, how do you want me to introduce you? Should I introduce? How do you want me to? You know, there's the other one that.
2 minutes.
There's that other introduction that I can do.
Which one is that?
Relations, you know.
I mean, whatever.
You're fine. Okay, so Doctor is the son of Professor Jenan Opoku-Agyeman. Yes. And he's also a lecturer at the University of Ghana.
Yes.
You're taking part in this protest.
Yes, I just came to observe and provide support. I mean, I believe it's important for people to share and vent their frustrations, vent their desires for anything that they feel the country needs. So I don't think it's... which is all part of the...
Yeah, which is all part of Vuvuzela, is all part of it. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the day one reaction was very bad, and I hope it never happens again. I actually hope the people who did it are punished and are dealt with, because it was unfair to the rights of citizens to be treated that way. So I'm just here to support, and I'm glad you guys are covering it. Initially, you guys were not very active in promoting this until it blew up, which is also not a good thing that you guys did.
Oh, no. Joy FM Joy News was very active. For 2 days back to back, it was the issue on Top Story on Joy FM.
I followed on Twitter. And,
okay.
Yes, and I think at least this thing was building up, and you guys always talk about trends and so on and so forth. And I think, and this is not just to you, it's the media generally could have done a better job from the beginning. Okay. So I think we all can do better. So it's not like I'm sort of isolating you guys, right? Okay. So it's not a bad thing in any way. But I'm just glad people are coming out. It's not really political, right? People are just happy to share what they think the country should be and what the country should not be. And I think such things even need support.
What do you think should change after this protest, after this 3-day unprecedented protest? I was saying earlier that I've lived more than 3 decades. There's never been a time when I've seen the streets like this, this busy part, you know, of the streets like this, no vehicle moving, the capital virtually at a standstill. What do you want to see?
So I would say that I don't think it's necessarily unprecedented. Things like this have happened in the past, but I think, yes, in the past, let's say, couple of decades, we're not seeing this level of engagement. For me, I think those in charge should take this as a means of understanding how people are getting more and more politically conscious. And I think even the people who partook in this can also find ways of being better citizens, right? But I think the reasons why people came out should also become topical so people can do better, especially those in leadership positions, you know. People are not happy over corruption, over management. I mean, just yesterday, for instance, there was flooding all over the place and so on and so forth. So I think, I mean, we should learn from these and do better as people.
Okay. Thanks for talking to us. Great. Oh, sure, take care too. You just heard from Dr. Kwabena Opoku-Agyeman. And of course, it's fine with me introducing him as the son of the running mate in the last election that was held. Running mate is the son actually of Professor Jenan Opoku-Agyeman. And Professor Jenan Opoku-Agyeman was the running mate of John Mahama in the past election. And you heard him, he's saying this is not political. And he's also here to push for change. What you can see in your shots right now are the protesters blocking this vehicle. They're not going to allow it to move. Hold on. Let's get closer and find out what's happening. So these are personnel from Ghana prisons. The protesters have blocked the car. They're saying that no car is moving. They thought because it was a Ghana prisons vehicle, they thought they were going to be allowed to move. But that is not happening. It should be unfair.
From the president.
Well, so these are personnel from the.
We are not allowing anybody. We are not allowing they are rather beating us.
So what are you seeing in your shots right now? The protesters who've taken over the road say they will not allow this vehicle filled with personnel from the Ghana prisons to move. The leader of the delegation in the bus has been pleading with the protesters that they left Sunyani at 3 a.m. and they really want to move to their destination. But these protesters are saying that they are not going to allow them to move.
No one is going.
They said nobody is moving. No one is moving.
We all want a better Ghana. So we return and find alternative route. It's a collective.
So the protesters are saying that they need to find an alternative route and that they will not allow them. You can see the protesters chanting away, even as this bus tries to find an alternative route.
Yes, they should go back. Go back, 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 go back,
So the driver will have no choice now but to. They initially thought that they will be given opportunity to move. But these protesters are saying no alternative routes.
Play for you.
They've been forced. The protesters have redirected the course of that vehicle filled with personnel from the Ghana Prisons Service. Let's speak to more people showing up here. So people from all walks of life are here, people with different backgrounds, musicians, lawyers, teachers, doctors. Many of them young people, millennials, Generation Z. Let me speak to musician Papi Kojo. Let's speak to musician Papi Kojo. We're live on Joy News, Papi. How you doing?
I'm good.
Great. Tell us, you're taking part in this protest. Others who many think have influence are not taking part, in this protest. And I've seen many of you calling them out for not taking part in the protest. Happy Menka Fantiana. Okay, baby.
Bro, this morning I was listening to my Keche album. I'm like, nobody listens to Keche. But anyway, I'm here because what they did to the Ghanaians 2 days ago wasn't really nice. You know, it wasn't really nice. Ghana is like my third home, you know. I'm Italian, and my second home is Nigeria, and Ghana is like my third home. So I had to come and show my support, you know. Me personally, I don't feel it. I have a swimming pool at home. My dad is white, you know. So I don't see it, you know. But my friends are feeling it, so I had to come and show it, you know. And I like the way when it's human rights, people come together. You know, I remember when they arrested the gay people didn't pull up like this. They also deserve human rights. But that's another conversation for another day. Right. Yeah, so I'm happy to be here, and it's very peaceful, and we're all having fun. So yeah, shout out to Joy and me and Gang. We're out here, nigga, gang. Yeah,
well, you expect this from musician Papi Kojo, always. Okay, let me speak to Killian, you've been here. You were here on Thursday.
No, I wasn't here on Thursday. I was on my way on Thursday, but I had a call, so I have to go back to.
But you are here today because I saw you yesterday.
Oh yeah.
We had a conversation.
Correct.
And then you are here today.
Yeah.
Are you not tired?
I'm not tired. If I want to stay here till tomorrow, and I want to play with the Archbishop of Accra, Bonaventure Kofi, to organize mass for us in front of the Flagstaff House, just like we did in Lekki Tollgate during the SARS. So the Archbishop, the Metropolitan Archbishop of Accra, please organize mass for us tomorrow in front of the Flagstaff House, so that when you raise the Eucharist will destroy all their corruption in Ghana. So we are not tired. You can see yesterday we defied the rain. There was a heavy downpour. We were here. We defied the rain. True or false? Yeah. True or false? Maswala Gbagba.
We are not living here.
Next question.
We are not living here.
So
you can see we have shut down the city.
Okay.
We shut down the city. Right from the airport to whatever. Only emergency service.
Okay.
They are allowed to go.
So that's what we've seen so far here. They are not giving any
vehicle. So we are even more human than Akufo-Addo, who is stealing our millions of dollars together with Cecilia Dapa, storing it under their bedroom. True of us. We are even more human, allowing emergency service to go to pass through, than Akufo-Addo and Cecilia Dapa, stealing our millions of dollars, looting, sharing, upon all their Cambridge, Oxford educational qualification. The only thing they get for their head is to come to power, to steal, to loot. They don't have any sense, to create job for the youth. After, they'll be telling us we are lazy youth.
But that's a bit harsh, so maybe you want to turn down.
That's harsh. It's more harsh when people that we voted them into power steal and loot our money.
Okay, so what you're seeing right now are old tweets from the president, and these protesters have pulled out and printed these old tweets on this paper. This is what the ordinary worker in Ghana has been burdened.
This was Akufo-Addo
in 2016.
In 2016, 3:57 p.m.
Is that the ordinary worker in Ghana has been burdened unduly with taxes? A reduction in taxes will mean more disposable income for families. You think the president has not?
This guy is a scammer. This guy is a scammer. See, some of us.
Relax for me. I'm asking questions. I'm just asking.
Let me tell you what. Some of us has bottled our madness for years. Right? But right now it has exploded.
Okay, so this is another tweet. In 2012, it says, "I'm determined to fight corruption aggressively, and I can do so because I am not corrupt."
Exactly. So what do you say about that? So what do you mean about that?
It's a liar. We saw the cocoa board. We've seen the cocoa board. We've seen the Ameri deal and stuff. See, this guy is a thief.
BDS,
thank you.
It's a bad deal.
I want you to tone down the language for me.
They never.
I want you to tone down.
Are you aware about this? Listen, that Chinese woman that came and polluted our water bodies.
Oh, you smart!
Make all the fire, all of them.
Patini
a citizen. Do you know that if a citizen steals 10 Ghana cedis, it's either subjected to mob justice or in prison for so many years? But if a politician steals, we pardon them. We are in a country. We are in a country. Moment the government come to power, he now knows that our hospitals are not good. He will now know that the schools are not good. They take their children outside abroad to go and then school, to go for medical health. Why are they not using the hospitals here? Why are they not using the schools here?
Apart from that,
you're asking, why are they not doing that?
Akufo-Addo has weaponized, have turned the Ghana police service, the entire security apparatus, all of them, into a weapons of mass destruction against innocent citizens of this country.
Intimidating us.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
The whole service intimidators. They can't intimidate us. The thing is, we respect the rule of law. Ghanaian youth are not dogs. We can face them if we want to, but we respect the rule of law. And because of that, we're giving them that respect.
Bishop Bonaventure Kofi, together with John Lewis and Asari, they must come and mount altar here. This 37, whatever it is. We need to celebrate Mass here.
They need to.
This country is filthy. This country, these old men, they are finished this country. I said these old men in power. All the educations are...
If we had fathers...
These protesters obviously have a lot... they have a lot to say. But let's paint a picture.
I want to talk to you. They have some posters they want to show me.
They have some posters they want to show me. In a jiffy. So what I want to show you right now, this stretch of road. So like I mentioned earlier, Liberation Road, Olusegun Obasanjo Highway, all of that blocked to traffic. No vehicle is able to move. The motorbikes you can see are from personnel of the Ghana Police Service who are assessing the situation to see how best they can change what is happening so there'll be free flow of traffic. This road on a normal day leads to the Central Business District and other parts of the capital. The Central Business District and another part of the capital, but it has been blocked by the protesters. No vehicle is able to move. Now, on my right-hand side, I'll show you that shortly, is the Olusegun Obasanjo Highway. This intersection is very close to the 37 Military Hospital. Now, what happened was that the police prevented the protesters from moving to the Jubilee House. And that was the point when they all moved onto the streets here to the intersection. And you're saying they are not moving until they're given opportunity to protest at the frontage of the Jubilee House. We saw... We'll be talking to... you can see some of the police personnel there in your vehicle. Many of them helpless about what is happening. Earlier we saw some of the personnel distributing tear gas masks, but that have not been used so far. Earlier also we saw them preparing their water cannons. We must state that that also has not been used here. No confrontation whatsoever between the protesters and the police. Personnel of the Ghana Police Service have not confronted any of the protesters. Often you see them pleading with the protesters to move from the road so the road will be cleared so commuters can move to their various destinations. Let's move closer now. Like I mentioned earlier, people from different... So you can see that's the Olusegun Obasanjo Highway. No vehicle is able to move. There was gridlock. Yeah, you can see that. You can see another vehicle trying to use an alternative route. And the personnel of the Ghana Police Service who you saw earlier are directing the vehicles that are unable to move to use a different route. The protesters have broken into splinter groups now. There's another group here just engaging, Chama.
Let's speak to some of the protesters. Hi, I'm a governor.
Hey, Yasim.
How you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm doing fine too. How should I describe you?
How would you like to describe me? What have you heard?
Advocate. I've had a lot. You want me to ask you other questions?
Oh, sure, but
Okay,
we know
so-
we're not here for that.
Yeah, I know. But just to provide some context, I'm a governor was supposed to be called to the bar this year or last year?
Last year.
Last year. But she was not called to the bar because, what did they say then?
Because a concerned citizen of the Republic of Ghana petitioned against me that I am not fit to be called to the bar.
Did they give any reasons why you should be called?
Yes, they gave 2 fallacious grounds and 1 insufficient ground, which all got thrown out, and basically I won. In conclusion.
Oh, you won?
Oh, of course I won. Do you know who you're speaking to?
Oh, so wait, you've been called to the bar now?
I'm getting called next month.
Oh, I didn't hear that. It's not. So this is news to me.
Yeah, we won.
I'm sure it's news to a lot of people.
Oh, well, it came out, so I've been getting a lot of congratulatory messages.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I got it in March, but the regulators of the legal profession, General Legal Council, announced it in September, like about 2 weeks ago.
I think congratulations are in order. What kind of defense did you put up?
First of all, like I said, the person stated fallacious grounds. They were lies, like outright fabrications, lies. And the last one is the fact of my sexuality, that I sleep with women. I said that's not a lie. I do sleep with women. That's a fact. But it's not grounds for me to not be called to the bar.
Okay.
And that's simple.
Can you repeat that? I think I didn't hear.
My sexuality, I am queer, I am pansexual. Yes, I sleep with women.
Okay.
But it's not a ground upon which you can say that I am unfit to be called to the bar. And that was our defense, and we won.
And that was the reason that. That's why
Yes, because the person is clearly homophobic and has issues with a bold, liberated woman like me. But they weren't prepared. They should have come prepared. Come on. You want to take someone like me down, you need to come prepared. Obviously, law school, not learning, and then putting evidence in the full glare of the public so that they come and catch me. I'm not dumb. Come on. I passed my exam, means I actually understood what I was being taught. So I applied it to my life. And like I said, for the last time, I won.
Congratulations once again to the freshest lawyer next month.
Yes.
But let's come to the purpose for which you are here.
Right.
The purpose for which you've joined this protest. Why did you decide to join?
So let me just give my personal stance, because that's something that we're doing.
Okay.
Let me tell you, since I was 18 years old, I have had 3 careers, right? I have had a swimming school. I've been teaching as a swimming instructor for 7 years, okay? And then I've been working as a social media influencer on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you name it. And in addition to that, I've been practicing for law. I've been studying for the law to eventually make money in that area. And finally, I've been basically working on my YouTube career as well. How many sources of income did I mention? 4. And I take the trotro every day because I can't afford anything. Are you saying Uber, please? Let's be serious. I saw a tweet that says the politicians probably like their belly full. I do 010 or 001. Do you know what that means? No eating breakfast, no eating lunch. You just eat supper. I'm not even hands to my chest. I say this on my YouTube. I'm very honest. I don't lie. I struggle to even take the trotro sometimes. I'm telling you facts that happen to me. Someone who has 3 sources, 4 sources of income. How? Unless the government is not working. I used to have a car. I used to drive. My brothers and sisters, I used to drive. Right now, for me to be able to afford that car, I just parked there. My dad sold it off. I can't afford this lifestyle. And I'm talking about taking trotro. I'm not talking about Ubering or driving. I'm talking about taking the trotro. At times, I have to make sure that the money I'm holding is enough so I don't get embarrassed. What is it? No, because it's different if you say like, oh, I just have 1 source of income, or maybe I'm not even working. I've been working for 7 years. Give me a break. I should have something to my name that shows that, yes, I've been working in this country. And yes, instead, what happens? The one that I've worked the hardest for, my law career, gets blocked by an anonymous petition. I'm sorry, like an anonymous petition cannot even pass the test, like the prima facie test. Because if someone is accusing you of something, you have the opportunity to ask them questions. You said I did this and that. Let me ask you, when did I never even got the opportunity. Is it a working country? And as a human rights lawyer. Like, he's a human rights advocate.
I asked that question earlier. Someone brought up that argument. I was asking them, what they make of the president's claim of his record as a human rights defender.
I would decline to answer that. Trust me, you don't know.
You plead the fifth.
I am pleading the fifth heavily. And let me tell you one of the reasons why we are here. The fact that I am pleading the fifth. The fact that I have been silenced, so that if I'm to say anything, then it could be antagonizing the government. The fact that as a citizen of Ghana, I can't answer a question about my president. That is the reason why we are here. We're not timorous souls. Well, at least some of us, look at us here. We're not timorous souls, so we'll fight to the end. You have to change something. Something has to change, because we're not going anywhere. Maybe it was the oldies. Look at us. We're young people. We have energy, and we'll come for you. No, because why is it that look at the amount of money that was found in our madam's house, and what did they do? They thanked her for her service and was on her way. Do you understand the reason why people were asking that question? Because according to the Constitution, if you're in that kind of position she was in, you're supposed to, you're supposed to disclose how much you're making. You're supposed to disclose all of your property.
Declaration of assets.
Thank you. So that basically, when at a later day we hear that you are in possession of a certain amount of money, then we're like, hey, where do you get the money? Because it doesn't tell you your salary and your this and that. And guess what? We are concerned, but Mr. President is not. Nobody's. They congratulated her and said, thank you for your service, please. We're not dumb. We're not dumb. We're suffering. We're suffering every day. We don't have jobs. Why are you even pushing us to go to uni if you know that there's no job? Let me tell you, when I started law school, they said, law, dear, law is one of the courses that when you finish school, you for sure. I beg you, my dear, it is not true. At this time, for a year, it's not true. It's not true. There's so many of my mates who don't even have pupillage. No WECO. That's our version of national service. Pupillage opportunities. They don't have. So please, like, something has to change. And no one makes it worse. They go and do the e-levy party. God, it's like we said we don't want it. You forced it on us, and when you finish, you went to do what? You went to bake cake, e-levy cake, to come and laugh at us. You're just basically showing you don't respect us, you don't care for us, you don't empathize with us, like, to hell with us. And we're saying, well, no, because guess what? We put you there. You are there to serve us. So we don't like it anymore. Something has to change. Something has to change. Let something change, please. Come on.
Thanks so much for talking.
You're so welcome.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So you just heard from Ama Governor. Her issue became very big in the early part of this year because she was not called to the bar. She was not called to the bar, and there was a petition against her call to the bar. You heard us saying that an anonymous person sent that petition, but now she says she put up a petition herself, and she's won the case, and she'll be called to the bar next month. Let's see. Let me talk to this woman. Wait, mommy, what's your name?
Me from Irama.
Irama. Protesters no almost your mama but me say who cry placard there support.
Me say Nana Akufo-Addo omwa mrante ne mbema no munye adwuma. Me wo baba. Miniani otu kwamba onye adwuma yenye adwuma edan ya yete nkwa yete amaso ye etu yen menye sisi amenam obi bebia me ye adwuma menya mechi yare enti senka boa enka ye nyina kamombe megina ha oman ne mwa enka sisi eli adapa enka ne ho ampa entoma enti ne ye support mo o minor mubu no mo mrante no ya support mo say mo nyere mo nye no mo jimi no mo sorry free ho e mo jimi
mama mpacha we to say mpacha mani bra from
ahimfie wo wa ahimfie papa we nyin so what na me bi fie kurase ame ya fantin penyin na o mbu ne ho mo framba wo mbu ni mo framba kasatian enti bu ho penyin wo kan asam kire wa men sisi wa so na bue wa so am na ye adwuma na fa memrante wa no wonye adwuma no wondi etima say aha
mamimza enfa na mo kwanza
mo koteshi na ye do 11 o'clock shota ma wa abo 4 na ye wakwabo 4 wasi omuso wa ma ye nkwan onye 140 bia but won ma ye nkwan na de ye nko na penyina onte open asaman ibin tiefi
mami bajo
abofra ana penyina onte ya asam no ibin otalocha Iko bego manhwe.
Okay. Abena ubu be.
Ni bu be ama na na Akufo-Addo ni mpanimfo de. Panyin na waka ansam kire won na won ntem. Enam atiefi oka wo che wo hu. Eta say, aha. Nti panyin na onye sute no. Moframba wodidi ne nana ase. Nti ye nyina yebedidi won nana ase no won solo nko. Simple. Ate ami fi dance ma na meleba. Na me yim day ma me hu ne Friday. Na me yim that Saturday it should be big like that. Nti 1 year won but won ma yankwa ne yankwa. Me pa won chow. Mate wona ase.
Okay. Mommy, woman on be person be kasa na, woman on be person we kasa na. Obe kasa wan be kasa. Mama what about Chief, you want to talk to us? What do you make of what is happening? You're going to Teshi. Now the protesters have prevented you. They said they're not going to allow you to move, and you sit in the car sweating.
No problem. We need peace, peace and money.
Okay.
So we are all suffering. We are backing you all peoples. So we need peace and money. We have to pray so that God bless everybody in Ghana. We are all country. You see the way we are suffering. My name is George Jodu.
Well, after that comment from the woman, it appears the protesters are willing to give her a chance to move because they feel she's part of them and supporting the cause. So I can see they are moving away from the vehicle. But they've been here, stationed here, for 4 good hours. It looks like the crowd is gathering at the other end.
Fix the motorway.
This is a busy road on a regular day. This is a busy road on a normal day. You can't use this. You can't stand here on this road because it's busy.